Yo, what's up guys, I'm back, got a review for you. This time we have this 87 rated Gianfranco Zola card. Now I was lucky enough to get him out of one of those untradeable packs, you know, where you get like icon player picks out of. And I got him, and I've been really excited to use him since the start of the game, so I was quite lucky to get him on loan, so I had to buy him instead. So on stats then, so he's 5'6", got the high medium work rates, he's 4-star skills, 4-star weak for his preferred foot of the right foot. Now as you can see by his return for me, 14 games, 22 match goals, and also 8 assists, which is a very, very good return considering it's high-level rivals. On alternate positions, he can only play the striker and the centre forward, which is a little bit unfortunate since he's got no variety, like a Cam, which I feel like he should have. But with that being said, he can play the two of them. Now, on stats, so he's got the 85 pace, 88 shooting, 85 passing, 89 dribbling, and the 63 physicals. So on paper, quite a consistent card overall. I decided to go with the Hunter Kemsa just to boost up that pace and that shooting up a little bit more. Now on traits. So he's got the Travella trait this year, he's got the Flair trait, he's got the Technical, which is one of the nicest ones so far this year. He's got the Dead Ball one, and he's also got the favourite one out of all of them. He's got the Gold Finesse shot, which is very, very good this year, which I'll speak about more after on the positive and negative side of things. But that is a very nice trait to have this year. If you do enjoy the clips or want to see more, please do subscribe. It generally does mean a lot to my channel, and I'll see you after. Peace. So on to my other thoughts for the card now. If you don't know how this works, this is pretty much the segment where I tell you what's good, what's bad about the card, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, just to utilise this card even more for you guys, so you're not doing my mistakes that I did, or you're utilising the stuff that I did even more. So first to me is the 4-star skills, 4-star weak for now. 4-star skills obviously is a very nice thing to have. There's a lot of 4-star skills this year which are very, very nice. I'm still learning which ones are the most effective, so you won't see me using that many at the minute. But it is still there, and it's still very nice to have. Now, the weak for me, as you're seeing in some of these clips, is more like a 5-star, if I'm honest. He's so deadly on both feet, and that is one of the things I did notice about this card. His clinicality is honestly one of the best I've used so far. It's amazing. Now, next up for me is the pace. Now, with that technical, he does move quite nicely with the ball. He's not really the fastest, card, don't get me wrong. This is why I put the Hunter chemical line, because he will get outpaced by some of the centre-backs like Militao and stuff like that. But if you're using that R1 dribbling, it's not going to matter too much, because you're going to be swift, agile, and you can just turn back if you need to. Now, next up for me is the shooting. Now, as I've just talked about, the shooting is deadly on this card. I know he's got 83 composure. It doesn't look like it should be that amazing game, but honestly, the consistency on this card was amazing. With those finesses, with those across goals, with that weak foot, really, really good shooting stats overall. And as you can see, it reached it in game. That stats back for me in 14-22 games in elite level rivals is really, really good. Now, the passing for me, again, really good. I don't recommend you playing him as a cam because that's stamina, but he does have really nice passing to do pass play between the centre mid and the striker and the wings. He just allows you to connect the play quite nicely, which a lot of strikers don't really do. They only really can function as a striker where they're not really passing the ball and doing it themselves. But he can also pass the ball quite nicely and link the play up as well if you need him to. Now, the dueling for me, since he's so small, it doesn't really matter, and he's got the technical, so it doesn't really mean too much that he's got low agility this year, because on previous years it would, where you wouldn't be able to twist and turn as nice, but with the R1 dribbling before it gets patched, it's so unbelievably good, especially with their 91 dribbling stat in game. He can close the ball really, really nicely, and honestly, just twisting and turning in the box and then get that shot off is really, really deadly. Now, next to me is the physicals. Now, all of these are pretty average, if I'm honest, and below par, I'm going to say. The stamina, you will have to sum off around the 70th. So when I was playing with my friend, he did notice it very, very early that he would die off quite fast. And obviously, he's not really the fastest. So when he did get a bit leggy, you will have to take him off because he can't really run. And then you're pretty much in struggle town there, unless you've got some really fast wingers. So you just use his shooting only, really. But, as I was saying, the strength, again, isn't good. The jumping is not good, and neither is the head. And actually, he's pretty much mainly a dribbling and kind of shooting kind of striker, and also a link-up play kind of striker. But I wouldn't use him as a hold-up one, because obviously you need the strength for that. So, on to the easy part review. We've got the overall scores. Now, first, me kicking off is the pace. Now, overall, the pace, I'm going to give it 8 out of 10. With that technical, with that good acceleration, with the Hunter, overall, he is quite consistent with it. He's obviously not going to be like an elite level pace striker, but overall he will get himself through when you need him to, and he has got the technical to get him out of it if you need him to. Now, the shooting for me, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, one of the most consistent cards I've used so far. That composure's a lie, if I'm completely being real. Those finesses, him and Morgan and Griezmann, I think it is, all three of them are stupidly good with his finesses, and honestly, that finesse trait is very, very good this year, the gold one. Now, the passing for me overall, as a striker, I'm going to give it an 8.5 out of 10. Honestly, I don't see too many things wrong with it. If he had maybe more playstyle to go with it, or maybe long passing or a bit more vision, I would give it higher. But honestly, he does the simple stuff and very, very effectively. This is why he's got quite a few assists for me. Now, dribbling for me overall, I'm going to give it a 8.5 out of 10 as well. I would want a little bit more agility, maybe. I know I've said it doesn't matter because of the technical, but just on nitpicky stuff and maybe a little bit more composure. But again, that's very nitpicky because he doesn't really feel like uncomposed at all. Now, the physicals for me, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I do want higher on any of these, and this is where the card is a little bit issue-ish. Like, the stamina especially, I do kind of want more like 80 odd. I know with the right instructions, it'll last you like till about 70th. But for an icon attacker, that's a little bit of an issue in my opinion. You do want more for your value. I would probably want more like 80 on my striker for a value of like 450k on an icon. But with that being said, it does make up for in other attributes. So, on overall score from him then, I'm going to give him a 8.9 out of 10. He is a very good card for the start of this game, and if you need a deadly finisher that can do some nice... He reminds me of, like, a Ben Yedder, but a really good version. I don't know if you remember the old Ben Yedder, the rat Ben Yedder, pretty much. It reminds me a bit of that. Very similar card kind of style to that. And also he's really, really good with it. And value for coins, I'm going to give him a 8.5 out of 10. I do think he's a very solid card, and honestly probably one of the better icons for value. So if you're looking at picking it up or you're debating it, use those finesses and use them very well, and they are so, so effective. But as all for my reviews, always a hope you enjoyed. If you did, please do subscribe. It generally does mean a lot. But I've got nothing more to say, so I'll see you next view, and peace out, guys.